Good morning. This is your 10 a.m. daily weather briefing. Right now, seeing mainly rain at Wallops at this time, and should stay mainly rain as we move through the remainder of the day, with another chance of maybe a few snow showers as we get past sunset this evening. Overall, still seeing messy conditions around the region. Some sleet and mixed precipitation just to the north of the Wallops area, and still seeing mainly all snow up into Salisbury and north of Salisbury area. And again, seeing a light onshore breeze continue this morning, and seeing our temperatures just above freezing, and expecting mainly rain as we move through the working hours today at this time. If we take a look at the current surface analysis updated from this morning, still seeing messy conditions across the region, with this area of low pressure off to the west. As that tracks off to the northeast, going to see a second area of low pressure developing just off the coast here. It's going to help enhance the wind flow as we get through the overnight time frame. Additionally, it's going to bring some enhancement to bring that potential for a few snow showers later this evening. If we look at our upper level winds from this morning, sounding those onshore breeze winds near the surface around 10 knots, and then the winds becoming pretty much westerly as we get up into the mid and upper levels, seeing our peak wind today of 78 knots. That's at 16,000 feet. Freezing level this morning was at the surface. If we look at our current local radar here, we can see some of the brighter reflectivities, mainly south of Salisbury. That's indicating some of that mixing precip in there, and seeing our obs showing rain at Wallops at this time, and then points north again, right about right about where Salisbury is, and due north of that, still seeing mainly snow at this time, and kind of expecting that to continue to be the case as we move through today. Zooming out, looking at the bigger picture again, plenty of reflectivity still to move through the area, particularly at Wallops. Again, expecting mainly rain as we move through the remainder of the day. We'll continue to see some additional snow at points near Salisbury and north, and then off to the west, seeing this dry slot that will eventually make it into the area, likely as we get into the later part of the afternoon, potentially seeing a break in the precip activity before another round of a few evening showers this evening. If we look at the NAM model here, we'll see it's doing a pretty good job with the setup as we move through the day today, indicating some light rain locally, and then transitioning into more frozen precip to our north. That will be the case as we move through the day today. We see that mixed line up around Salisbury as we get into the 1400 local time frame, and then we'll see that dry slot potentially move through the area, seeing a break in the activity as we get towards that second part of the afternoon, and then still seeing a few light showers around before getting into the evening, some light snow showers possible as this system gradually starts to pull away, and we'll see much colder and breezier conditions moving into the area. Should see that precip wrap up by the midnight to 1 a.m. time frame, and then just left with some breaking clouds and plenty of cold weather and breezy conditions moving into the start of the day on Tuesday. We zoom out and look at the longer term forecast here for the next couple days. The main story will be cold conditions with breezy conditions prevailing, with very chilly wind chill values as we move over the coming days. We can see those low thickness values and that tight pressure gradient remaining through Wednesday into Thursday as well, with that low deepening well off to the northeast, and that trough dug in over the region. As we move into the end of the week, we do have high pressure that will try to build in over the area on Friday, lightening up the winds, but still seeing some chilly conditions and dry conditions prevailing through Friday. And then pretty good agreement with the models that we'll see another disturbance moving through the flow into the region as we get into the weekend. Looks like we'll see classic kind of nor'easter setup, with the area of low pressure kind of tracking just along the southeast coast there, and potentially bringing an additional round of some snow activity, possibly some rain activity into the local area. European model here not quite as strong with the low. GFS has a bit stronger low with more breezier conditions. So still going to narrow down some of those details with this next system, but it does look like we'll have another round of some precip moving through for Saturday, and could see a chance of some snow with that activity as well. And then we'll see that clear out as we move into Sunday, with things looking dry as we go into the start of next week. So if we look at our 24-hour weather risk chart for today, again, looking at red conditions for precip as we move through the working hours today. At this point, looks like the remainder of the working hours will be of the rain variety of precip, with some mixing, wintry mix as you go north of Wallops, and then snow more as you go at and north of Salisbury. We'll keep those low ceilings around for much of the day today. See our high temperature around 39 degrees. And we'll start to see the winds picking up a bit out of the northeast as we get into the afternoon, around 10 to 15 knots, gusting up to 21 knots, and then gradually becoming stronger, becoming more northwesterly as we go into the first part of the evening. That's when we'll once again see a chance of a few light, maybe even a moderate snow shower pushing through the area for the evening time frame, and then eventually seeing that precipitation come to an end as we get past that midnight to 1 a.m. time frame, with clouds starting to break, and that wind will start to increase out of the northwest, 12 to 17 knots, gusting up to 27 knots. So we do start with that yellow risk for those elevated winds, mainly after the right around the 20 local time frame, and then gradually increasing to a red risk as we get past the midnight time frame. And then we'll start to see improving ceilings, and there's precip chances tapering off back down to green conditions. But we will pick up a yellow risk for those wind chill values below 10 degrees, as we will see some quite chilly temperatures with those wind chill values at least getting into the lower teens to start the day on Tuesday, with that actual low temperature around 20 degrees. Tides running normal. And looking at the extended forecast here, again, expecting mainly partly cloudy conditions and breezy conditions and cold conditions as we move through the next 3 days, seeing those temperatures right around or just below freezing for our highs, and we'll see our low temperatures right around or just below 20 degrees. So that prevails for the next 3 days. We stay chilly for Friday with our high just above freezing, low once again around 20 degrees. We'll see some increasing clouds ahead of that next system, not as much in the way of a breeze. And then going into Saturday with that low pressure tracking through, it looks to be about 40% chance we see some snow, possibly mixing with some rain at times, and we'll see those breezy conditions picking back up depending on the strength of that low. Seeing our high temperature of 37 degrees, and then moving into Sunday, once again the high around 37 degrees, but should see that precip activity moving out of the area and some additional sun and breezy conditions building back in once again. That's going to wrap up the 10 a.m. daily weather briefing. We'll be back again at 8:15 and 10 a.m. tomorrow. Otherwise, enjoy the rest of your day.